Okay, so the given question was fx is equal to sin x plus cos x, and the range given for x was in between 0 to 2 pi, and we were asked to find out the intervals in which the function is strictly increasing or decreasing. So whenever such a type of question is asked, we need to first find out the derivative of the given function, and then if the derivative is greater than 0 in a particular interval, it means that the function is strictly increasing in that interval, and if the derivative is less than 0 in that interval, it means that the function is strictly decreasing in that interval. Taking that into consideration, if we see that fx is equal to sin x plus cos x, we will find out that f dash x is equal to cos x minus sin x, and it's quite easy to convert that into this form. How? I have explained this over here. Okay, if f dash x is equal to cos x minus sin x, then if we multiply and divide root 2 in the entire thing, then root 2 multiplied outside and 1 by root 2 divided outside with each of the terms, this thing will give us basically root 2 into cos x into 1 by root 2, which is sin pi by 4, and minus sin x into 1 by root 2, which is cos pi by 4. Okay, so now if we have a look at this thing, what is this thing? This is cos a sin b minus sin a cos b. Now we have a formula, but there is a bit modification. We have the formula of sin a cos b minus cos a sin b, and here it is cos a sin b minus sin a cos b, just the negative of this. If we see, अगर इसमें नेगेटिव लगाएंगे तो ये चेंज हो जाएगा cos a sin b माइनस sin a cos b, चेंज हो जाएगा एग्जैक्ट इस फॉर्मेट में, एंड ये एग्जैक्ट फार्मूला होता है sin a माइनस b का, तो इसका नेगेटिव हो जाएगा माइनस ऑफ sin a माइनस b. So basically this entire thing will change to minus of sin of a minus b, where x, what did we assume, x, and b pi by 4. So minus of sin of x minus of sin of x minus pi by 4, and this root 2 was already multiplied, so this root 2 is as it is. This is how this thing got converted, this f dash x, into this form. Now it is given that x is in between 0 to 2 pi. So if we have a look at the range in which x minus pi by 4 is ranging, so x minus pi by 4, subtract pi by 4 from both the sides, so it will give us minus pi by 4 to 7 pi by 4, which means if this is the so if we have a look at the given graph, where this x minus pi by 4 will range from minus pi by 4 to 7 pi by 4. Now if we plot these 2 points on the graph, this point is, if we say a normal sine graph, if we have a look at a normal sine graph, it is something like this. It is something like this, right? And this thing is a normal sine graph oscillating between positive, negative, positive, negative, and if we say that x minus pi by 4, it is coming in between minus pi by 4 to 7 pi by 4. So where is basically minus pi by 4? If we try to locate that point, where is minus pi by 4 in the sine graph? It is over here. How did we locate? Here is 0, here is minus pi by 2, here is, in दोनों के बीच में it is minus pi by 4 over here. And where is 7 pi by 4 basically? 7 pi by 4 is 2 pi minus pi by 4, so it will be somewhere over here, because यहाँ पे it will be 2 pi minus pi by 2. As we know, this gap is pi by 2. This entire gap, अगर हम लोग कहीं भी देखें, this gap is pi by 2, this gap is pi by 2, वैसे this gap is pi by 2, and if we subtract only pi by 4, which is half of pi by 2, तो वो हम लोग यहाँ पहुँच जाएंगे, which is 7 pi by 4. So basically the function which we are given, which we have found out, sin of x minus pi by 4, this thing will range from this region from minus pi by 4 to 7 pi by 4 only, which means कि यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक the function will exist. इसके पहले का everything won't exist, and इसके बाद का भी. The function is existing only from this place till here. So now the next thing which we will do is this derivative which we found out, minus root 2 sin x minus pi by 4, this should be greater than 0. If fx is to be increasing, then this derivative should be greater than 0. So if we try to write that equation, minus root 2 sin x minus pi by 4, it should be greater than 0 for fx to be increasing. So sine of x minus pi by 4 should be less than 0 because of the negative sign. This inequality sign changed and root 2 divided over here gave 0 only. So sine of x minus pi by 4 should be less than 0 for this function to be increasing. Now if we have a look at this sine ka normal graph which we have plotted for x minus pi by 4 only, normal graph, so where is sine actually negative? From here to here, where is sine negative? It is over here, as you can see. Then again it is over here. And if we talk in mathematical terms, what are those regions represented as? It is यहाँ minus pi by 4 है, so it is in between minus pi by 4 to 0 and union pi to ये region भी है pi to 7 pi by 4, right? So basically this is the region where sine of x minus pi by 4 will be negative. If we try to see this on a graph, I hope the graph is quite easy to understand, and this is how we will find out. So this is the range where the fx will be strictly increasing and the rest of the places fx will be strictly decreasing.